My first guess says this method of baking fish in parchment paper pockets is very simple, not to mention healthy and yummy. Brendon McGill is the chef and founder of Café Hitchcock on Bainbridge Island. Thank you for being at the New Day in our studio.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited. I heard that your fish just beeped. Should we take it out?
I think that just means the oven's up to its temperature.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, we got I told you we had an oven under here. Y'all didn't believe me. So let's talk about fish and papillote. It means
Great.
fish in paper, right?
Right, yep, we got our parchment paper. And all you got to do is cut it into a nice square like this.
Okay.
And that'll make it, this is like, it's our cooking vessel and our serving dish at the same time.
And so you actually serve the fish in the paper.
Serve it right in the paper. Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's
I want
half the fun.
to. Yeah, I want to see how this gets started. So
You want to build one with me?
Sure, I'd love to.
Okay, great. Let's see. So we just build it in layers. So why don't you just scoop some potatoes right onto, like this section right here is where you're going to build.
Okay, so I'm putting this right here. These potatoes are already pre-made.
Yeah, so you can cook, like if you slice them really thin, they would cook well, just steaming in the oven, in the paper. Mm-hmm. But pre-roasting your root vegetables will make it just kind of a nice reheat job, and then you'll get that creamy texture you get from a nice roast vegetable.
So overall, what is the point of cooking it in the papillote?
It steams, right, instead of roasting, so it's very gentle. Mm-hmm. So if you have a flaky, tender fish, this is sable fish out of Nia Bay.
Okay.
And
it's a local fish as well?
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Here, why don't you throw a little salt on top of yours there?
A little salt, just a little,
So everything that's in the packet, it makes a convection of heat and steam that just kind of rolls through it, cooks everything together. It brings the flavors together.
Ooh, some sorrel mushrooms.
Yeah, so these are morels that have been lightly smoked.
Sorrel. Now, do you just stick it right on top of the fish?
Yeah, just go for it. It's kind of fun. You can't really do it wrong.
Okay.
Everything that ends up in the packet, we'll be happy.
Okay.
I'm going to season my fish here.
I love these kinds of mushrooms.
Those are delicious.
Even though I misidentified it.
It's okay. So you got to wear sorrels to go out and hunt for morels.
You know what? If Sorrel calls, I'm going to tell them that they're going to need to pay you for that new campaign.
I'm going to switch with you here.
All right.
I'm going to put some of this compound butter on now. This is the herbed butter that we reference in the recipe. Mine has lemon and a little bit of miso in it as well. And then you can get really creative with this. We have all these different garnishes.
Okay.
And I just like to put stuff in. So use these. We got some wild leeks.
Oh, I love.
These are the blossoms from the wild leeks.
Now, could you do this with salmon, per se?
You could.
Is there a reason you prefer this whitefish, though, better for this particular recipe?
I tend to like to cook my salmon like mid-rare, like crispy skin and just barely cooked in the center. So, if you like steaming salmon and you enjoy eating it cooked through, then this is a great way to go. Almost any fish cooks this way, as long as you don't mind it cooking through.
Right.
So I wouldn't take a block of otoro tuna belly and blast it this way. I would want fish that we can cook through nicely.
We can, that takes a little heat and is fine. 2 questions.
Yes.
What was this? What is this here?
Okay, this is a black Spanish radish.
Check this out. Have you seen something
from
like that?
Red Dog Farm in Chimacum, kind of the last of the carryover winter produce.
Yeah.
While we wait for spring. But the first of the spring is always foraged items, so that's why I show up with mushrooms, wild leeks, etc.
And these pretty flowers.
Aren't those nice?
Yes.
Just throw them on. They're like chive blossoms, but wild.
Those leeks, by the way, I did not expect them to be so aromatic.
They smell good, right?
They smell amazing.
Speaking of aromatics, let's just wrap this up with a little bit of matsutake shoyu. Just give that a little mist.
This is fun. What is
umami
this?
application. It's a matsutake mushroom, pine mushroom, koji ferment.
I almost sprayed it on myself.
Sometimes I like to use it like banaka.
Oh, okay, I'm here for that.
All right, so let's give this a fold.
Okay, so like in a triangle, if you will.
That's right. Yeah, to cut this into a square, I fold it down like this, and it gives you a crease that shows you kind of where to start plating. Now watch, I'm going to start here on the right.
Okay.
And just pat it flat and fold it over like so.
Wait, hold on, I've already lost my crease. All right.
You got it.
Fold it over like so. Okay.
Yep. Okay, now fold that over and just kind of follow it and keep folding.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing it.
That in there.
Move it forward and just grab a little bit of the last fold in each new fold.
Okay.
See this?
Oh, yours looks so much cuter than mine.
Well, I've done it once or twice.
That's true.
Yeah,
Speaking of you doing this once or twice, let's talk about your restaurant, because you know what? I'm actually embarrassed to say I've seen it so many times and I've never come in. It looks so cool, but I always thought my kids would cause a ruckus.
You know, it's okay. They can be there. I'll show you how this works. So the cafe, it used to be our deli next to the original Hitchcock restaurant.
Yeah.
And we got the space next door to build a bar.
Okay.
And so we rebranded a few years back. Now it's...
You saved it.
I got it. It's a cafe and bar that gives you kind of that all-day third place for the island.
I like
you can come
that.
in at 8 in the morning and have pastry and breakfast sandwich and coffee and smoothies. You can come in a couple hours later and get like eggs Benedict and mimosas and Big Bloody Marys and stuff. Come in at lunch, sandwiches, salads, bowls. Coming after 4 p.m. and we have a dinner menu that's a bistro menu like this. So, you know, little chops and, and fun steaks and fish cooked this way.
I love that it's all hours for the island.
It's all hours for the island. You know, we have our sit-down restaurant next door, Seabird. But that, you know, sometimes you just want to drop in for a drink or have a light bite in the middle of the day, and we just wanted this to be just for everybody.
I think that's wonderful. I can't wait to come check it out. What time did you leave to get here this morning on the ferry?
I got the 7 o'clock out of Kingston. Yeah, it wasn't so bad.
My executive producer won't let me move to Bainbridge because I'm making on the ferry every day.
You got to get your own boat.
I know. All right, let's pop into this thing and see how it turned out.
Okay, so you can use a sharp knife for this or some snips, right? If you use snips, you kind of gather it together and pinch. I cut right across the front like so. All right, and then what I like to do is get a very cute fork and insert it like so. And roll it back. It's fun, right?
And you just serve it just like this?
You can serve it just like this. This is a time where if you're zhuzhing it up, you can come through with some tasty little raw garnishes.
This smells amazing.
I've got, these are some lamb's tongue and some wild watercress.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna give this a fresh little squeeze of lemon.
Okay, just a teeny bit.
Because I like that kind of
I love that flavor. Okay.
All right.
Let me, I'm just gonna get a little taste of this right now.
I think that you should.
I cannot resist.
It
smells amazing.
The sable fish will flake apart pretty nice for us here.
I'm gonna get a little of the sorrel.
Yeah, there you go.
The morel.
You know, whatever.
I gotta get my sorrel.
Yeah. See if it's any good.
Dude, this is beautiful. That is beautiful.
So
you know what? It tastes, oh my gosh, it just tastes beautiful. I don't know how to say it any better.
Steaming fish is kind of old school, and it keeps
I like
it
that so
light.
much better than baking it.
It just is what it is, you know. Everything that's in there stays encapsulated.
Thank you so much.
This
has been an absolute pleasure cooking with you. Thank you for showing
Pleasure's
this
mine.
fun technique. I'm going to be there with my rowdy kids and my sorrel booth.
Come for brunch on the weekends.
Okay.
It starts at 10. It's great.
Copy that. I'll see you then.
All right.